Hello, everyone. So healing ancestral trauma is something that's really important to do. You know, we carry the energetic blueprint of our ancestors through lots of layers of beliefs. We have a lot of wounding and trauma that we hold from our ancestors. We carry that in our DNA, we carry that in our cells, we carry that in our awareness, and also we are often very unaware of the things that we carry from our ancestors. We also carry their gifts, we carry their virtues that they've learned. We hold the information of what they learned, how they survived, what they needed for expansion, what they needed. We hold all that information inside us as it applies to us. We're connected to the unresolved karma, the beliefs, the oaths and vows they may have taken on, the contracts that might be limiting, and also the positive things that exist there. Our ancestors have given us beautiful gifts, and it's profound being able to work with them. And whew, like my heart is just racing now, feeling all the energy that's here for everyone. We can hold within ourselves, they know through the field of epigenetics and the study of this, that we can have remembrance without a remembrance of what actually happened. So we can be triggered in the now moment by things and not understand that the trigger is coming from our ancestors that might have been in war or might have been in famine. They may have experienced things that we can only imagine. We don't have to know it consciously to be affected by it. The poverty they had, the persecution they had, the accidents or injuries they sustained. That trauma can be held within us as it applies for our own growth and healing within the life that we're living. So we can be holding a lot of negative beliefs. This is the one of the things in World Relations, which is a theta healing class that I teach, where we look at our DNA and we look at all the beliefs we hold based on our lineage. So, I might have, my grandma was part Native American and French. What are those two doing inside me, and what beliefs are being created by that? What is the Scottish in me saying, and what is the part of me, my ancestors, if they were specific religions, where they lived, the land they lived on, we carry all of that remembrance inside of ourselves. So it can affect us in a lot of different ways, and it can cause a lot of tension that we don't even understand. But along with that, and along with understanding that all that information is here, they also had a lot of gifts. My ancestors really knew how to persevere. They were strong. They worked hard. Those are things that they gifted me that I'm so thankful for. And when the ancestors speak to me, they're always like, please appreciate the gifts that I had. Please see me for who I am. They bring a lot of messages about that. They tell us about the importance of being a good person, things like giving you the shirt off our back. And they really learned how to survive a lot of times. So we have to thank them for those gifts. Some of the things, though, might not serve us anymore. Like some of the really big generational ones that I healed and cleared were, I have to work hard. That's an oath. That's a vow. I have to work hard. And I love that I know how to work hard. That's why I'm sitting here at 6 p.m. at night. But have to, that's an interesting term. I don't want to have to. I want to do this from joy and love, that I have the ability to work hard. That definitely serves me well, but not to have to. I need to know peace and ease too. I know how to sit down and rest. I want to know what is beneficial for my well-being all the way around. So a lot of this work we have some conscious awareness of, but a lot of it we don't. And our body holds that memory. Our subconscious holds that memory. So I deal a lot with the subconscious and the superconscious. And I get to see healing in the work that I do that takes place for the ancestral layer of trauma and beliefs. And I see that in real time when ancestors step in during the healing, and they step in and they say thank you. and they receive it. And it's very deeply moving work for me. When they say yes and they say please, and please bring the healing. Sometimes there's resistance. They don't want the healing to take place. I think it's really important to state right here, healing ancestral trauma inside each of you, what you want to and choose to heal, isn't impacting any of your ancestors' free will. They get to choose the experience they have. Just because they've crossed over doesn't mean they're not still learning and growing. Just because they've transitioned doesn't mean they're not still evolving as a spiritual being. So they choose, and I've seen this happen more times than I can count. They choose whether they want to receive it. We are so connected to our ancestors, and truly we're connected to the collective conscious, that the healing we do here expands outward into there. But it's all based on free will, and they choose whether or not they want to receive it. Energetically right now, it's like the perfect time to bring healing for our ancestors, for ourselves, inside ourselves, and then allowing it to go to the ancestors. This time of year, I mean, it's very present. Their energy is very present. The energy is very receptive to it. But also because I just hear it's the right time period. It's not about the time of year. It's not about it being Halloween. It's just collectively, we are all doing some massive growth and healing, and our ancestors are saying, yeah, we want in on it too. They're sending waves of emotion right now. So I don't know if you guys can feel that or not, but they're sending waves and waves of emotion. So just know, as we start doing the healing part of this, the healing portion of this, everything that we do, you get to choose. You get to choose if it feels right to you. And if it doesn't, say no. It's about healing your own trauma. It's about energetically shifting what no longer serves you. And you're only going to receive what's right for you anyways. Your higher self is taking part of this, and you are consciously choosing it. And you'll only receive the highest and best, only as much as good for you now, because we all have different layers of this, of what we've taken from our ancestors and what we're doing. I know I've chosen in this lifetime, or I did choose, to heal a lot of things ancestrally. So therefore, seeing myself as a point of healing, everything starts from within. I always consciously say, and as it applies to my ancestors, and if they choose to receive it, it's here for you. It's here for you. But we're always in choice. So I just want to set some sacred space first. With all of that said, the understanding, and in fact, I have to say this. So I had the opportunity today to see something really profound. Whew. So we connect energetically to our ancestors through our DNA. Our DNA actually contains the Akashic records. At least I believe that intuitively. I think we have spiritual DNA too. I see that intuitively. We hold in ourselves the memory of where we came from and what our ancestors experienced. But even more, we contain, there was this awareness as a mother, having my babies and my children. And I don't know if everybody here is a mother, but we've all had a mother. And I'm hearing the father is in here too. Okay, when it comes to this, we are all connected to each other in this cycle, this life cycle. We hold at least the memory, but I believe we also cellularly hold information about that biology in both directions. So literally, when we heal inside ourselves, it's going to all parts of us, and those parts, not just there, but the parts of us in any part connected to our ancestors in that way too. It's connecting in through that energetic portal. So we're connected in so many different ways. I guess that's the point of it. Today's experience for me was really profound. That's I guess I'll say about that, to honor that. But there's that deep connection that through us, we have the ability to heal our stuff that's impacting us. And then through that, allow that to go into the field to be received. And it can bring shifts that can be little and big, but all of it is beautiful and profound. So let's just set some sacred space. They're all in here already and they're all around you, but this is what you want to allow. Please keep that in mind as we set the sacred space. Just asking your divine team to be here. I believe this is really important before we start doing any energy work. So if you'll join me, if you choose to, and before we start, all energy on here is available now and in the future for anybody who joins at any time. In fact, I'm hearing that the energies within this are going to only work to the level that you're ready to receive it. So if you choose to, you can fast forward through the live and redo it if you want to, if you find that helpful for you. The more that we heal our limiting beliefs, our wounding, our pains, our places that need that, the more we move into peace. And the more we move into peace, we can be a source of peace and bring peace for deep transformation. Ooh. And in our own life, peace allows us to experience peace in our relationships and our work and in all aspects so that we can really be present and aware in this now moment. So, as we set sacred space, I'm also asking to connect to your field. And if you say yes, then that's beautiful. And if you say no, that's beautiful too. You get to choose. Okay. Yeah, I'll be connecting to your higher self, your divine team, the Akashic records, just to witness the healings that do happen, that do come through, to receive information from your team of what you need. If there's something else I'm meant to call on or ask for. I am not the healer here. I think that's also really important. I am a healer, and I believe deeply in my sacred, in this role as a healer, but the energy that comes through is not mine. It is divine, source, universe, God, whatever word you want to call it. And I also got the message before we started, we'll be calling in the violet flame to also work with all this energy for your ancestors as they choose to receive it. So, yeah, if you're okay with that, just go ahead and say yes. So I just want you to take a deep breath and just drop into your heart space. And just breathe for just a moment. In this now moment, we're going to be activating your pillars of light, which is the ultimate in protection. So I want you to see, feel, or experience pure white light filling your heart. As this white light fills your heart, I just want you to imagine the feeling of appreciation or love or gratitude. Think of something you deeply love, you deeply have gratitude for, or you deeply appreciate. Just allow that white light to be linked to that emotion. And as you breathe it in and breathe it out, perhaps you let yourself smile. Feel this connection, this love. As you breathe this in and out, you're actually activating the neurons of your heart. You're moving into heart-brain harmony and synchronization. And I want you to see, feel, or imagine a pillar of light. That you are in this pillar of light from your heart chakra, going down your body, all the way down through your feet into the earth to the center. I want you to see your pillar of light plugging in to the divine center of Mother Earth Gaia, the highest dimensional grid system available to us. Ooh, activating the compassion grid. Ooh, activating the light grid of healing that comes through that compassion. And then watch as it comes back up. Seeing your pillar completely connected in the center, it'll stay there. And you come back up, and this pillar of light, this white light, moves up to the top of your head and up above you, up above your field, all the way up higher and higher, going through the universe. Just keep on sending it higher to reach that divine, pure, unconditional love, highest vibrational field. Entering into a white light, plugging in. And watching as that white light goes down your pillar, down into you and your heart, and down to the center, and your toroidal field is activated with all this white light. Releasing all negative energy you may have picked up, any dense energy, anything that's been released because your higher self knew you were going to be having this experience. And if it's okay, let's release it all to the light. If you say yes, create that now. Wow. Coming back into your heart space. From this space, creator of all that is, divine source universe, please bring in our highest divine team, our guides. Please activate the violet flame to be flowing for all layers, for all dimensions, and for all planes and fractals of existence to go through all space and time, for the healing that each individual chooses at any point in time. Please ask our ancestors to be here in the highest and best way, for the highest and best good. Please make this a sacred space of protection, of wisdom, of love. Please allow us to be guided in the highest truth. Thank you. Aho and amen. Okay, and when you feel called, you can open your eyes. So the question is always, just take a moment. Yep, grounded. I'm seeing some of you actually ground your energy. Although you are infinitely grounded in this moment when we activate that pillar of light, and your heart field is always active. I mean, you always have this energy field, but when you really connect it in and bring that light through, it expands. It really expands, and you're actually cleansing, you're grounding, you're connecting. And I personally want to live connected but grounded in my body, safe, at peace, receiving from my highest self and operating from that field, but grounded in this experience, because this is where I want to be right now as I'm here. I want to take joy in my experiences here. So with that said, just take a moment just to reflect. You don't need to write this down or anything, but just connecting you to your ancestors. What message do they have for you? What traumas are you holding that they experienced? You know, I have worked with clients who ancestors were in the Holocaust. They had no clue that the things we were digging on or working on had any relationship to that until we dug into it, until they went there. You know, I've had clients who had trauma crossing overseas, losing their land, deep poverty, things that they had no idea necessarily that happened. And then sometimes they go to a place or they go to a wartime connection and they go, I did not know I was connected to this, and I was having fear about money because of this. I did not know that. So what are some of the challenges that you have that might be connected to your ancestors? Some of the ones that I mentioned, like prejudice, famine, war, relationship issues, abandonment. trust issues. So just give yourself just a moment and click on the ones. Don't think too hard about it, but which ones do any of those resonate with you? Disempowerment is a word that's really coming up. Not being empowered to walk your own path. So you can look at it and you'll be like, okay, my ancestors, well, I know one of my grandmas, and I know this from the now moment, that she always wanted to do things that were outside what women were allowed to do at that time. And I had the opportunity, thank you, Grandma, for showing me this, to dig into that and discover the deep resentment that created and the deep sense of injustice. And I was able to connect it to my don't tell me that I can't do something. Because if you tell me I can't do it, I will do it. Reason I cut off my hair, I had hair down to my butt when I was 18. I was told I couldn't cut it off, and so I cut it off. I shaved it. So, that's a connection point that I didn't realize until I dug into it. So I would say I learned from that to stand up for my rights, to do what it is I came here to do, to stand strong in my ideals and my beliefs. Thank you, Grandma, right? But she experienced something far different that was much more difficult for her. Do any of you have any of those awarenesses coming to you right now? And if you don't, that's okay. Just curious. You don't have to share them, but if you do, just say yes. Yeah. You can come from a long line of, there's lots of ways to look at this. You just look at your generational patterns too, and that can give you answers. Yeah. How you were raised, what that looked like. And then we get to decide if that works for us or not, right? And then what lessons have we learned from them? We probably learned so many lessons from them. Okay. So I'm feeling all of your ancestors around us, and all the ancestors for people who are coming in. And they've been messaging me that there has been a deeper connection to we want to heal. They are still expanding in their soul growth. They are still growing. So when they transition, things are not done. They are still going. And I have seen such profound healing happen when the healing starts right here. When forgiveness comes in, or when those oath, vows, and obligations are finally changed, oaths of poverty, those kind of things. So today, the primary focus within you is to bring in specific alignments, energetic, different trauma healing techniques, different beliefs and downloads to clear that came through to me and channeled to me. I am going to be using, so I'm a theta healer, I'm an energetic allergy healing practitioner, I'm a sacred soul alignment practitioner. I did all of those, by the way, or those last two, when I started downloading alignments. So I wanted to understand what the heck these are. I also have some of my own alignments that have channeled through Creator. So we're going to be resolving and dissolving specific types of trauma for you that also came from your ancestors, and witnessing them clearing the trapped emotions, the trauma, the cellular memories, the energetic signatures, the patterns, and the belief systems that are a result of that trauma. So an alignment does all of that. It's like pulling in all of it. These help you to remember who you are without the trauma. So we're going to do some specific ones, and I just want to tell you about them before we go into them. As I walk you through them, I will be describing them and bringing the energy in. And when we do that, this is an energy healing. So I just want we'll get you back into the space and in the field and breathing deeply, and you may feel sensations through your body. You may feel pure divine energy. Often it's like a vortex when alignments come in. You might get tingles, you might feel warm, you might get really deeply relaxed and actually go to sleep. That sometimes happens. You will want to drink a lot of water, and you will only receive as much as is good for you to release now. What that energy is to release now. What we're going to be bringing in is battle and war trauma. This is something that is really lingering within our cells, sometimes within our energy field, within our energy field and the different layers of our aura. So we're going to be resolving the battle and war trauma energy, resolving lifetimes of battle and war programming. So these are things that, because you might actually go to sleep, and I'll be describing them more as it's coming through so you know what's happening. You can say right now if you're good with releasing that, if you're good releasing the terror and the panic and the fear, the high stress, the witnessing of the fear and the suffering. Death trauma and accident injury trauma. So these are all things that our Creator says are frequently not serving you anymore. So you're going to know if you're ready to let that go. And clearing all of that trauma from your system, from your chakras and your subtle bodies and all of that. Neglect trauma. So anywhere your ancestors experienced neglect, and bringing you into a space of love, resolving that trauma and the programs of unworthiness, of feeling unimportant, feeling unvalued, like you don't exist, having to grow up before you were ready. So it's going to bring in that healing for that. We're going to bring in a disconnect from trauma and chaos and stepping into joy. So it's a shift from chaos energy into joy. 5D is actually about joy. The reality is joy. To walk in the world of 3D, to serve and to assist in a joyful place. How to experience that joy fully. Letting go of the chaos and the trauma. Bringing in harmony, peace, and balance. Bringing in divine perspective and understanding of being in harmony with everything on all levels and all frequencies. Bringing in the peace and balance for it. Bringing in downloads of I know how to experience joy, I'm worthy and deserving, I'm infinitely loved. And there may be some more that come in, I'm hearing, like forgiveness. Your ancestors, some of them need to learn how to forgive. So this is interesting. I'm actually hearing some of your ancestors speak, and they're saying, whew. It's time to forgive ourselves. There's a big healing happening in the fourth plane. This is really, really gorgeous. There's a shift happening. And that's the plane where the ancestors reside. Whew, that was a wave. Bringing in things like love and that they can be loved. They do experience healing when they cross over. They do get that, but they still have their own growth. They still have sometimes, I'm hearing karma. They still have that energy. So, interesting. So this is stuff that also that they brought forth that is a really good place to start for healing. Okay. So if those are good for you, say yes or say yes while we're doing it. But like I said, you may go to sleep at the end. I'll call you back gently. The violet flame will be going the whole time. And just running all these frequencies. So just sit in. I'm guided not to use sound today. They said it would be a little bit too intense. I was like, okay, I am always all for using sound along with the frequencies and alignments, but I heard not to today. I got a loud no on that one. I was like, okay, so if you have sounds you want to put on in the background, you are welcome to. I don't know what Facebook would think about that if I put sound on. I don't know for that, but Anyways, so I just want you to take a deep breath, have a drink of water, and we're going to start. You may actually feel the presence of your guides very close to you. Every single one of you, and I'm seeing a lot that are going to watch this after, have your guides surrounding you right now and your angels. And there's deep applause happening right now. They are getting so excited about the healing that we do. Like, they are so excited by it. You guys are all already in sacred space. Marlene, it's good to see you. If you were not here, we set sacred space, and we actually set a field around anybody who entered in at any point. So I just witnessed that happen around you when you stepped in, even though you weren't part of the meditation probably. I don't know, actually. But so just know that. Sacred space is there for you. Okay, so we're going to dive in. So just take a deep breath. Drop back into your heart. And just allow yourself to breathe. Connecting back into your heart field, into the sacred heart space. Breathing deeply in and out of your heart, connecting to all that you are. Watching as that pillar of light we already activated is activated down to the center and above. Bringing divine through your heart field, the toroidal field expanded outwards. I'm hearing activating the violet flame for all of you. Through all distance and time. For all your ancestors as they choose to receive. I'm also seeing a pink flame. I'm seeing Archangel Shamuel bringing the pink flame. For all of you and your ancestors, bringing that love and that connection and that compassion. That grid that was activated at the beginning, the grid, the beautiful compassion grid, and the grid of healing. Is activated, and these beautiful energies are flowing through that too, along with pure unconditional love. From this space, I'm hearing to bring in some downloads before we even start the alignments, that it is safe to heal, that you know what it means and feels like, how to be, when to be. It's possible to be safe to heal on all levels. We hold many levels inside us of healing, and so that it's safe to heal on all those levels through divine's perspective. Say yes to receive. That you know what it means and feels like to experience healing and a release of trauma, the emotions and the negative beliefs. That you can do that with peace and ease. That it can simply be a choice. That you get that choice. Ooh, say yes to receive. Oh, that all parts of your energy field and your chakra system and your meridians know how to do that. And that it's possible. Releasing all oaths, vows, obligations, hooks, cords, attachments, hexes, vexes, curses, or soul contracts for healing to be painful. Sending that all to the light for transmutation. Thank you. Say yes to receive. Wow. And for the ancestors too that are here that choose it, they're choosing to accept that too. So, the ones that choose it, yes, thank you. That it is safe to move forward and release trauma, all from Divine Creator's perspective and perception and understanding. Say yes to receive. Bringing in divine love and light and alignment to release battle and war trauma. Resolving lifetimes of battle and war programming. You may feel this as it starts flowing as a vortex coming in through your crown. Moving through your energy field and through all parts of you. Resolving war programming, resolving anywhere that you are on high alert or that you have to stay on high alert. Resolving anywhere that you have to defend your life or the lives of your loved ones. And there's trauma around that. Resolving that happened in your lifetimes. Healing that and bringing love in its place. Dissolving the trauma from lifetimes of battle and war, trauma from terror, panic, fear, being in high stress, witnessing suffering, pain. Also resolving trauma of the inner battle, the inner war between your thoughts and feelings. Anywhere you are at war within yourself, you know how to feel peace. Anywhere you're at war between your brain and your heart, between your emotional and your mental bodies, or the constant inner turmoil and conflict, resolving that, bringing in a healing for all of that, of unconditional love. As it is in the highest and best, say yes to receive. Divine love and light created now. Bringing in alignment for death trauma and accident injury trauma. Resolving and dissolving trauma from pain and suffering through loss, including a healing from the shock, panic, terror, grief, anger, rage. Bringing in a healing for all of that, for all your cells, your organs, your glands, your nervous system, your heart, your brain, your chakras, your subtle bodies, from all lifetimes, timelines, and dimensions. Create that now. Bringing in alignment for neglect, trauma, release. Dissolving the trauma from neglect, from the absence of being recognized or seen. From being seen, heard, nurtured, loved, and cared for, from the absence of that. Dissolving the trauma and programming of unworthiness, of feeling unimportant, or as if you don't exist, or having to grow up before you are ready. Bringing in alignment for the resolution, the healing of this. In divine love and light, create that now. I'm hearing that you know that you are lovable, that you know what it means and feels like to be lovable, and you know what it means to be safe, lovable, that you have the understanding through Creator with the discernment and wisdom of how to be safe at all times. That all of this healing is actually it will assist you in your safety in this third plane realm. Create that now, if you choose to receive. Bringing in alignment to disconnect you from trauma and chaos and learning to step into joy. Learning to be in joy as you walk and navigate this world without having to be in trauma and chaos. That you know what it means and feels like to be in joyfully. Thank you. Create that now. Bringing in an alignment for harmony, peace, and balance restored. Bringing in divine's perspective and understanding of being in harmony with everything. Downloading it on all levels in every cell and all parts and aspects of you. With the frequencies of harmony, peace, and balance. What it means and feels like to have harmony, peace, and balance in every cell of your body through all space and time. Creator of all that is, change that now. Thank you. Divine love and light. These are all layered upon each other. You're receiving exactly what you need from them and only what you need and want and desire and choose to receive. Oh, Creator, change that. And as that's all flowing with this beautiful purple flame moving through you, see that purple flame going through your pillar of light all the way down to the center and above. Perhaps you can see your ancestors in the distance. They are all saying thank you to me. Allowing this white light to flow to all of them and to you. Bringing in the downloads of, you know what it means and feels like and how to and when to and is possible to experience joy fully in this life. That you know you are worthy and deserving and it's safe to heal, and that you are infinitely loved and it is safe to be loved. And you can experience this in all aspects of your life now. If you'd like to receive that, say yes. Bringing in a healing of unconditional love for every cell of your body through all space and time. Knowing that you are a beautiful, energetic being having this experience, and you are so loved. Bringing in that message from your divine team and a healing for that. If you choose to receive it, say yes. And breathe deep. Preparing, bringing in a healing for all the grief that you hold in yourselves for your ancestors. Allowing yourself to breathe deep and to release with your breath the grief. Anywhere that you're holding grief for the land that you have resided on, and you feel that still at this time. I'm hearing we mark that complete and finish, and we send all the land light and love and healing, and we release the grief from you, sending it to the light. If you'd like to receive that, say yes to receive. Yeah, watching that go to all the places that need healing. Thank you. Oh, all the places and spaces. Oh, bringing in unconditional love for that land as it chooses to receive. To know what it means to feel joy and to bring joy to those who reside on it, who are part of it. Thank you. Say yes to receive, because this is all connected to your own healing. Anywhere that you have felt burdened by any of this, even without knowing, I'm hearing that you have freedom. That you know what it means and feels like to have freedom and to be safe with that freedom. And if you choose to receive that, say yes. Releasing the burden-ins, sending them to the light. Thank you. You may feel like a weight is lifting off your shoulders. This is the weight from your ancestors, the burden of the carrying. Or from your solar plexus for some of you, actually. Whew. That you know what it means and feels like and how to and when to and it's possible to be free and safe. And in your body. Say yes to receive. And then bring in that beautiful violet flame again in the white light. And I just want you to see it go from your head all the way down to your toes. Going all the way down to the center of the earth, to that pillar of light and above. Fusing all of your higher chakras, your Shield Star chakra, your Earth Grid chakra, fusing all of it. Connecting with your higher mind, your high heart. I'm hearing your causal. Whew. Breathing deeply. Watching as this white light goes down your pillar and grounds into the center of the earth. Grounding all the energies into the center, into your heart and your high heart, your mind and your higher mind, your DNA, your higher self, the heart of creation. And then watching as we all get rinsed off, all of us in a shower of light, separating our energy, being balanced, allowing this to flow for however long it needs to. Bringing in the message from your ancestors of thank you and deep gratitude. And as you ground into the center, come back up to your heart and just breathe for a moment, finishing the integration, knowing this is going to continue for even longer. This will continue for however long it needs to go. Thank you, it is done. Some of you might feel like you actually need to stand up and shake a little bit, like shake it off, shake it, shake this energy that just got released from all your cells. Because it's all energetic, releasing mind, body, spirit, healing. Some of that went all the way to the depths of the soul. We can have healing that needs to be done all the way to that level, even though the core of the soul is so pure and so complete and so filled with beauty. But there can be, we can feel as if we're broken, and that's where this comes from. As you feel called, open your eyes and come back. If in this moment you may ask, is there a message for me from my ancestors, from my divine team? And you might just feel the whisper of love or gratitude. Sometimes it's really hard to get out from under the weight of those experiences and the depths of the pain that it created and the remembrance of that in our cells, in our energy body, in our field. And so releasing that sometimes paves the way for light to shine through. The light is always there. The light is always at the center. But sometimes it gets so muddy. So when you're ready, open your eyes. Let me know how you're doing. You know, our ancestors' trauma is our trauma if we're holding it. So we only heal what applies to us as it goes outwards. Is that true? I'm hearing yes. I mean, it's applying to us, so we heal it and then it goes outwards. Do we have the ability to heal things that don't apply to us? Of course we can. But thanking Creator and Divine and our Divine team for being here. Thanking them for holding space. Thanking for bringing the wisdom and the additional downloads that came through. Thanking for guiding. Aho and amen. And I always witness all our energy being disconnected. Oh, you are so welcome. And I'm going to reiterate, that is a lot of energy. There was so much I was witnessing because I was witnessing for you guys and for your ancestors that chose to step in. So in layers, we heal in layers, and you're going to release what is right for now. Though I do hear that you all received from what you chose every alignment. It's just there may be more within that to receive when you're ready. So you may choose to re-listen to that or not. It may not feel right for you. So please follow your own intuition with that. Oh, good. Thank you, guys. Whew. I love you guys, all of you. Land needed to be healed. Yes, it did. Did you guys feel that? So I'm curious because you guys, everyone on here is a beautiful healer. Every one of you. So I'm curious if you felt that, because when I wasn't expecting the land healing to come in, but that's something else this week that really came through, is that through us and our ancestors and a connection to all these experiences, we're connected to the land. And I guess I knew that. That's not something that came this week, but it really got imprinted, the understanding of how we carry within our being the remembrance of that. And so through us, we can heal those parts. And then the land can be healed too, which is really, really powerful. And of course, we can do other land healing work. We don't have to do it from this direction, but I think it's a beautiful bonus that we heal us and it heals outwards. Oh, good. Awesome. I'm soaring over my power place. I love that. Okay, guys. Well, you have a beautiful Friday and a weekend. Yeah, all of you have been doing the land. See, this is what's coming through, the land healing, all of this, like merging all this different healing, and we're healing on so many different levels right now. And they're really asking all the different layers, the angels, the ancestors, so many different layers coming in asking for healing, because we are doing this collectively. And when I say collectively, I mean our divine team, us. We are all healing, like we're all getting in on it. It's so funny. I have plants right over here, and vibrationally, they're not actually speaking, but I feel their vibration, and they're literally saying to me, pick me, I'm in on it too. Like there's a collective want, desire, harmony that's actually happening in the midst of some really gnarly things that are happening in the world. Whew. Anyways. All right, so I made sure I witnessed us all disconnected. We already rinsed off, saw the light come through and went through. I'm asking if there's anything else, and I hear no, so aho and amen. Many blessings to you guys too. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.